Another one. Another one.
Yes, sir. It is on like Donkey Kong. Let's do it, big dogs. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. You're now rocking with the best, so you don't need to rest. It's time, y'all. It's absolutely time. It's time to overcome. It's time for men out there, so-called masculine male. And I'm about to dig into y'all like a Diddy party with no baby oil. No Clive Davis. No Clive Davis. No Clive Davis. Hold on. Let me hit you with this. But no, it's time to take it to the next level. And we're going to take it to the next level with our energies. I'm going to document my journey. Hopefully you carry your own cross. You go on your journey as well too. But monk mode begins. It's time for us to take it to another level. And as I play this clip so elegantly towards the end of my shows.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, it's time to get it on. But so we're going to talk about monk mode, what that is. Every monk mode to each person could be a little bit different, but there should be a baseline to it. And that's why I'm here to just deliver the message. I'm here to deliver that message that we need to return to a spiritual practice, which is going to keep us at a higher vibration. I call it energy strengthening, and it's going to take you to the next level. So essentially, that's what I'm going to document all September. And I want to leave my carbon footprint so that way I can say, hey, look, I delivered the message. I put it out there. What people do with it, it's totally up to them. So I'm going to document, I'm going to show and prove me doing energy strengthening the entire month of September. Also behind the scenes, I'm going to refrain from chocolate cake, drinking wine, other things that you might be into. It's completely up to you. So we're trying our best to have an optimum time frame where we can refrain from these and give all the glory to the Most High truly. So in the month of September, and of course you guys can't see my life on a minute-to-minute, day-to-day, hour-to-hour basis. So you'll just see me doing the energy strengthening. And I don't care what you get into. I don't care if you backslide or anything like that. So let's say something that's really strong for you is chocolate cake. And notice how many times I use chocolate cake. Hold on, let me hit you with this. Everyone has their weakness. So if you can refrain from it, if you backslide, whatever you do, just continue to stay with the energy strengthening. That's the biggest takeaway from this. And that doesn't give you a pass to say, hey, look, you know, I did 3 days of not drinking beer. And then because I'm sticking with the energy strengthening, then I don't need the, you know, I'm good. I'm all right. Do your best to refrain from it. But most importantly, stick with it, stick with it, stick with it. That is the main basis of it. So everybody's going to carry it across. But if you ever get to a point to where you say, I'm not getting to the next level, I'm not where I want to be, things are still manipulating and controlling me, it starts with energy. So if you haven't done anything there to take care of that, then how could you expect any different results? But today we're going to talk about, I'm also going to show you some clips, some highlights from my street interviews. I was definitely out here in these. Where the ladies at? Hold on.
With me in these streets.
Was definitely out here in these streets again on the Purple People Eater Bridge. Pause. No Clive Davis. I had my best day interviews. Hands down. I had my best day interviews. Definitely chopped it up with some great people. I appreciate everyone's time that took the time to do the street interview with me. And the topic was any man with anger is acting just like his mama, or he's just like his mama. We all see it, especially with American males with brown skin. They're leading the way with acting just like their mamas. This is exactly why the community is in shambles, and this is exactly why they're going through a lot of things that they're going through. So chopped it up with some good brothers. Chopped it up with some few people in between. Even one guy who looked similar to me was being extremely difficult. Go figure. And chopped it up with some, hold on, let me hit you with this. Definitely chopped it up with a brother that was on this time.
White girl. Going through my mind. Sarah Jess and Julie too. White girl. Julie, Beth, and Sharon.
Definitely chopped it up with a brother that was definitely it was snowing with him. But shout out to him. Definitely a great interview. So I'm going to show some clips from that. It was a great interview. I appreciate their time as well too. And we just had some good laughs. We definitely got to conversate, and I fellowship with the young fellow that was with them. But he was definitely building some snowmen. That's for sure. But let me back up just a second and tell you guys who I am and what do I do and why I wear a mailman suit and why I do this on Sundays. And I appreciate anyone that's going to be here today. It's not my normal time. I was definitely trying to get some things situated. I might have to move my normal time back just a little bit to give myself more time for preparation. Also, throughout the week, you'll see me clipped my street interviews from Saturday. This is like a recap that I always do. Also, it's Be in the Church, where you can talk about anything. We can fellowship about anything. That's what we're here for, especially men. Women, we do more of a conversation thing. I'm going to point you in the right direction as far as what you need to do. And then what you take from that advice that I might give a woman, it's totally up to her. And that's another thing that I really want to get into with Monk Mode, because I'm getting ready to go in today. Definitely getting ready to go in. And I want to see someone out there who's providing. David Goggins, I heard about him recently. He's supposed to be a motivational speaker. You got other people that do. There was a situation in Chicago where some big church scamming thing was going on. So be aware of the false prophets. Again, this is just a practice. It's not a religion. It's like going to the gym. It's like going to do jujitsu or going to do boxing classes or yoga or whatever you might be into. It's like doing that, but we're doing it for our soul. We're doing it for our energy. And ultimately, what I would love to ask everybody out there that would disagree with this, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? 3 minutes here, 5 minutes there? Were you just going to, scratch and sniff anyway? What do you have to lose? So, I would say just add it to your life. Just add it. But let me back up just a second. Let me slow down. It's about to be a damn good show. I am the Timu Coach. I am the great value of podcasting content. I am the one-man marching band. I am Sky Daddy. Fo. But I'm just here to just deliver the message. That's all I'm doing. Just delivering the message. All right. So we got that out the way. I'm going to do a quick countdown. See if anybody climbs in. And let me put this on the screen. Yeah, get in the comments. Ask whatever you want. Anything that's on your mind. I'm going through depression. Sky Daddy fo. I thought about eating some bullets. Sky Daddy fo. I can't stand my mama. I had an amazing day. I won the lottery. We're here to fellowship, correct, and edify one another's. And we're also here to be a living example for the women and children. I'm speaking specifically to men. And that's going to be the focus also of my Monk Mode month in September. Is we're locking in on men. We're locking in on men. I hear a lot of guys, and let me get this off the screen. I hear a lot of guys, especially in the red pill space, especially in the men's space, a lot of these guys complaining, trying to talk to women, trying to berate them, going through all these different things. Hold on, this is all you need to do. And shout out to CGA, shout out to Coach. He's definitely one of the people, or the person, that's leading the charge with this, as far as this is all you need to do. And where is he at? I'm going to find him. There he is.
You better boss up. Don't nobody care about your feelings.
That's all you got to do is you got to boss up. Women are going to do what they're going to do. It's like asking a dog to stop barking. I mean, it's more than likely it's not going to stop barking. So all you need to do, once again, I'm going to play this one more time. Women are going to do what they're going to do. They have a certain nature. If you do this, you'll be impervious to it.
You better boss up. Don't nobody care about your feelings.
Couldn't have said it any better. So the number one way you could boss up is you could boss up with your energy. But shout out to the people that are climbing in here. Let me give you some Americans with peach skin clapping. Thanks for being here. Also, let me put this back into the comments. So get in the comments. This is being the church. I mean, we get so many preacher pimps that get up on stage and just basically using people's energy as a barometer. And then God said, you got to rise up. Send the collection plate around again. Start from the back to the front and then the front to the back. I mean, you know, and then you get the other ones of my Americans with peach or off-white skin or like a taupe color. They get the Joel Osteen's. And good God told me that you just got to be a good friend to everybody you meet, and just be a good friend. And then I told my friend, let me hold on. I got to hit you with this. This is when I hear that. Yeah, I mean, so you get preacher pimps and many varieties. I'm sure and hold on one second. Let me get my headphones on. Wondering why I was getting that little echo there. Actually, let me try with headphones off. It's a lot more free. All right, but yeah, get in the comments, ask whatever you want. I mean, we could talk about anything. Just, you know, keep it respectable when you're in the comments. Don't get into goofy trolling stuff. You know, and as soon as I see somebody without a profile picture, I automatically see this.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, so for all those trolls out there, stop it. Definitely get some help. Find something better to do. But my monk mode, my energy strengthening is mainly centered at so-called men, which are just males, but they still had a spirit of a woman. If you're so tough, if you're so strong, Sky Daddy Fo is calling you out. I don't think you can do it. I don't. Hold on, we got a comment in here. Let's boss up. Amen. And let me get you on the screen, big dog. But real quick, and JL Williams, I see your comment. I'm going to read that in just a second. But let me finish talking to the big dogs out there, the so-called alpha males, the so-called masculine males, the so-called men just in general. I bet you can't do this. I bet you can't go 30 months, one day in, one day out. And your monk mode, your energy strengthening can just be 5 minutes at a time. I just want to see you be consistent about it. And then document that thing. You ain't got to have a YouTube channel like this. We'll all know the truth. But if you have anger, you sassy, you're not getting the results that you want out of life, I'm telling you right now, I'm putting it on the table so that way everybody knows this is your problem. This is your problem. That's why you can't do it. It's because you haven't done anything to correct your energy. You haven't done anything to strengthen your energy. And this is exactly why I wanted to do this channel. Not that I wanted to do this channel, that I saw it as the right thing to do. And a man should know this. This is what a man is. Just for anybody out there that doesn't know what a man is. A man is someone who's going to love doing what's right with all his heart, soul, and might. That's what he's going to do. That's exactly what a man is. We know that we need to strengthen our wills. We need to strengthen our energies. Now, I'll wait. Show me a better way than energy strengthening, and I'll definitely be interested. But let's read JL Williams' comments here. And welcome to the show. Shout out. Thanks for being here, my brother. My brother, back at it again. Let's boss up. Let's give him some respect here. What we got for JL Williams, man? And thanks for being here, big dog. I truly appreciate you. I'm going to give you some Americans with peach skin clapping. Check this out.
My nigga.
But thanks for being here, man. And get in the comments. Ask whatever you want. I'm starting a silent revolution. Get it? We're going to be silent, and we're going to have a revolution that's going to start from within. All the glory to the Most High who's within us and above us. That's what we're here for. But this is going to be the new church. And I know this is going to catch on. I know it's going to catch on. I mean, anyone after the month of September, after you see what I do live, the energy strengthening first thing in the morning, last thing at night, as long as the Creator allows me to have breath in my body, I'm going to strive in that direction for the month of September to try to take even my energy to a different level. And I would advise other people to come on this journey with me, but ultimately you're going to have to carry your cross when it's good for you. At some point, you're going to have to carry that cross. But after you see what I do in the month of September, God willing, and, you know, the creek don't rise, after you see what I do, and you're just like, you know what? I just don't want to.
Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
Just don't want to believe it after that. But let's roll some clips. I talked enough. Again, I'm challenging. My monk mode is I'm challenging any so-called masculine male, so-called alpha male, so-called strong male to go on this journey to improve their energy. All you got to do is just sit there with your hands over for 5, 10, 15 minutes at a time. First thing in the morning, last thing at night. But if you can't do it, you're not who you say you are. And your thoughts are going to get busy. When you're sitting there, your thoughts are going to absolutely, and they're not your thoughts, they're the thoughts because we don't know where they came from. We don't know where they went. So they're the thoughts. the thoughts are going to get very busy for you because for so long you've been holding on to that. You've been holding on to that, identifying with it, and believing that it was you. And then when you're able to see her, it's like a symbiote. If you ever watch like Spider-Man or something like that, it's not our leech. It's not going to want to let you go. It's going to continue to try to hold on to you. So for those guys who, and this is why I'm so confident in what I'm saying, for those guys who are really good at like building something in life, they're really good speakers, they're really good, you name it, it doesn't matter. Whatever they're, whatever they've had blessed talents from the most high that they have, I can still see the weakness in their energy. I can still see the weakness in her energy. I don't care what they're doing. They can flying in helicopters. They could be doing backflips off Sandro Pay or I don't know, Turks and Caicos, and they could be, going on cruises every other minute. They could be doing Lamborghinis. They could be Ronaldo. It doesn't matter. I can still see the mama in their energy. I can still see that they're acting just like their mother. I can still see that they haven't done the energy strengthening. And those are the guys that I'm talking to. The guys that so-called run the world leaders, even someone like Donald Trump, Putin. I can still see it in their energy because they haven't done the necessary work. You can't fake it. And then ultimately, we all know at some point we're going to expire. The meat shall inherit the earth. What are you going to do about it? And if I don't know my flowers, I barely know my cars. I'm brown and very, very slow. And that's a play on words. It doesn't mean that I'm slow for real. But some people might see that I'm slow running around with a mailman suit talking about I'm delivering a message. How did we end up here? Holy moly. Let me hit myself with this one. But I am here to just deliver that message. You're going to be able to see that they have the mama still, the mama's love. And mama's love means hate, that they still have her spirit. They're still operating. Any man with anger, you can't trust him. And he's acting just like his mother. And if he hasn't corrected his energy, there's no way, no possible way he's being the best version of himself. If he still has anger, which means that he has hatred in his heart, which means he has the spirit of a woman, there's no way he's being the best version of himself. And someone who is doing that, I don't care what they're doing in life. That person is living a much better optimal life and are absolutely closer to the goal and closer to the creator. So that is my 2 cents. I've talked enough. And let me see if we got anybody in the comments. Let me clear that out. No. And let's play the first clip. And the first clip definitely came across some brothers. I wanted to fellowship with them. I saw they had a smaller child. They were looking at us as we were getting ready to set up and find a spot where we could start interviewing. And shout out to my DJ cameraman. He did an awesome job. Hold on, let's clap it up for the DJ cameraman. He's been holding me down this whole time. I couldn't have done it without you, big dog. So a special shout out to him. Let me give you this, man. I'm going to hit you with the trumpet. One more time for my DJ cameraman. He's awesome, man. He is awesome. And there should be even greater work than I see this in my DJ cameraman for sure. Once he gets his feet, firmly underneath of him, he's going to be able to do amazing things. But let's roll that first clip. We got a few people in here. And again, get in the comments. Hold on, let me get that down. My bad, J.L. Williams. So shout out to you. But get in the comments. Ask whatever you want. But I'm getting ready to roll my first highlight from my street interviews on Saturday. And again, we were in Newport, Kentucky, asking people, anyone that has anger is acting just like their mother. Let's see what we got here. And this one is an excellent testimonial. Shout out to this brother.
With me in these streets. With me in these streets. With me.
All right, y'all, we live. So we on the Purple People Eating Bridge. Pause, no Clive Davis. We in here with another one. We got an amazing topic. We already got some people locked and loaded. Shout out to Cincinnati, but we actually in Newport, Kentucky today. Get in the comments, get active. Let me know what you think. Agree, disagree, put it in the comments. So the topic today is that any man that has anger is acting just like his mama. And y'all see the Medea thumbnail. Y'all know exactly what it means, but we got some good brothers with us here today. They're going to give us a shout out. They're going to agree, disagree, or get a testimonial. So here's the show topic. Do you agree, disagree, that our testimonial that any man that has anger is acting just like his mother?
Yeah, big facts. Because any man gonna be a man acting like his mother. That means he relating to a woman and he's being emotional. Real men stand on business. You know what I mean? We don't go with the Men don't do all this. Men don't do all the talking and get emotional. You know, if you heard us, we keep it moving, be strong. What don't kill us only make
Shout
us
out
strong.
to Big Dog.
Acting like a woman, they commit suicide and all type of bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man,
And can we see that emotions build us up to let us down?
hell yeah, because you eventually do self-destruct. I don't care if it's drinking or sex or depression. It's bringing you down because you're reaching out for love that we never had. I'm 40 years old. I can say that. Me and my mother ain't never had a relationship. She'll walk past me and my child right now, and it's cool. But I had to accept it as a man. Like, hey, she's grown, I'm grown. I got to do what's best for me. I can't keep holding on to a mother relationship, but I want a wife. I'm 40 years old. Yeah. And been raising him since day one. He 11. How you feel about the situation? What's your relationship with your mom?
You can say whatever you want to say. You can give a shout out to your own channel, man.
What's your relationship with your mama? Talk.
Your dad cooking.
My relationship with my mom is bad, but me and my dad is good.
Okay, awesome. And I can relate to that too, man. I got to grow up with my dad. I started living with my dad when I was about 8 years old. Me and my brothers used to fight a lot. My mom couldn't control us, obviously, because we young.
She's a woman. She's emotional. You know, a man gonna step, hey, put his foot down, and what's understood ain't gotta be explained. You know?
This is definitely one of the best interviews that I ever had.
He gonna break me in those bad ways. Because he know where you come from. Like, your mama couldn't do it, but as a father, I got you.
Absolutely. So what do you say is the solution in order to fix this problem? And I'm going to give y'all my solution. They know where I'm at. They've seen the channel before. So what would you say is the solution, especially us as melanated men, black Americans? I never met a black man in my life. This underneath here is black.
I got
we brown.
I got you.
If you say
No
black,
such thing as a black man or a white person.
We Americans with brown skin. What would you say is the solution to fix this problem that we see as an epidemic, obviously, and we got way too much emotion?
You got to learn how to grow up and forgive and forget. And learn people for the distance.
I swear to God, y'all never done this.
And y'all and mess with those who mess with you. I don't care if anybody could be your mother. I don't know if they show you love and care and take care of you. What we gonna say is yes, ma'am. At the end of the day, we ain't calling no B word, none of that. It's our respect. So you gotta learn when to forget.
This is exactly why you fellowship with men, right here.
Free. And the only way you have to set yourself free, I speak from experience. You gotta let go and forgive them and let them be who they are.
Man, he cooking. And I swear to God, y'all, I didn't set this up. I don't know him. I didn't advise him to say that. Y'all done heard me say that we got to go and forgive. We got to go and forgive our mothers for what they did to us. Because it's not really our mothers. It's the spirit that made a home in them.
Sometimes they don't know better, bro.
If
they knew better, they could have did better.
I started doing something that I call energy strengthening or silent prayer. First thing in the morning, I turn my hands over. I watch my thoughts like I'm watching a movie. Last thing at night,
wake up. First thing I do is pray when I wake up. That's the first thing I do, big bro. Without God, I wouldn't have nothing. That's my mother and my father. So that's why I turned it over to.
Did you go walking and chill around trees and stuff like that?
Yeah, I touch trees. I can even feel the vibrations.
When you spiritual, nature.
Absolutely.
Nature.
And that's our nature. So,
It'll speak right.
And then what was revealed to me, and revealed to me means something that I already knew. That I had hated my mom. And then me hating her, I became worse than what I hated.
Now you call self-destruct.
You can't hate though.
Absolutely.
You can't hate.
So I went to my mom. I looked her in the eyes. I told her I forgave her. I judged you. I had anger towards you. And I see that's what's holding me back.
She accepted or not, you did what was best for you.
She could have scissor kicked on the ground. She could have hugged me. She could have baked me carrot. She could have made me carrot cake with vanilla bean ice cream, which is my favorite. I wouldn't care. And I told her that. And then guess what she tried to do afterwards? She tried to hold my hand. I said, I ain't gonna do that, Mom. That's what I come here for. And she said, when I'm gonna see you again? I said, look up in the sky. When you see a blue moon, expect a call from me.
But to push you there, it took a whole lot. People don't understand
He was feeling that.
To push you there, you got to stand on business. Like, I don't want no handshake, but I love you because it's sometime.
Yep.
If we ain't like.
Hey, that was absolute fire, man. I mean, if you don't like that, hold on. Let me play this for you. And I was supposed to have it queued up, but I couldn't still find it. But this is what I want to play for you. If you don't like that, then hold on. Where is it at? Dang, I wish I could have it queued up the way I wanted to. Here it is. If you didn't like that so far, what you seen?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
I mean, what gets better than doing it in live? A lot of people can edit. A lot of people can clip. There's no script. We doing it live. I don't know these people. And this will separate, the real from the fake. I would say if there was our older brother, so-called Jesus, whatever you want to call it, this person with this type of energy, I call it the character. If they were to come today, they wouldn't come to unite. They would come with a sword to divide. So we're just here to fellowship, to correct and edify one another. Again, my name is Sky Daddy Fofos. Sky Daddy represents God. 4 4s represent the Most High.
I'm Sky Daddy's son, and you, whoever's watching, you are sons and daughters of the Most High as well too. So that's what we're here to fellowship about. Talk, speak on these real things, not necessarily. Oh, this person said this about this person. Oh, this guy's doing this with this girl. All of it's just gossip, honestly, and a lot of it's feminine. And I know that we all have to partake in this to a certain degree with doing with that, but give Caesar what is Caesar and give God's what is God's. What I mean by that is that all that stuff is cool, but put it energy strengthening in your life as well too. So that way you can see what the real God is and what the real way is. But it was excellent talking to that brother. It was almost like he was ready. I don't know if he's already mentioned it, but he is going to mention how, there were some things that he wanted to get off his chest. So that's another reason why I like to go out and fellowship in real time. So that way we could talk about the real topics. And again, this is what it's about. Just delivering that message. That's exactly why I wear the mailman suit. So that way we can bring these topics up. And a lot of people is there, whether they want to talk about it or not. This is why a lot of people are so interested and engaged in the conversation right away. Once I start talking with them, look at it this way. I have not marketed this whatsoever. And I could do interviews. I could probably do 10, 15, 20 interviews. But for the sake of my cameraman, my DJ cameraman, and also for the sake of my own personal life as well, too, I try to keep it at about 5 to 6 interviews. But I could literally probably do 3 hours of interviews just because the topics are that provocative and that they reach a lot of people. It's just real. When you go up to someone, and I know this, it's been revealed to me. I know it. I don't believe it. And then also have faith, which means doing the works. I know that a lot of people have a heart of stone, and a lot of people have hatred in their heart, and they hate their mothers. I know that it's there. They don't have to tell me this. They can try to, and it's interesting for me to see the different ways of how the different people approach it and try to deny that fact. Oh no, I love my mom. Me and my mom got along great. No, me and my mom was perfect, and blah 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 blah. But and I also know that they were in the womb for 8 to 10 months. You cannot deny that truth. It's not even a fact. It's the truth. And I know that when those 8 to 10 months went past, your mom was not perfect. I also know that your energy was perfect. You can't deny it. There's nothing that we can do to deny it. So you're saying women that go through pregnancies, I doubt if any woman in the history of womandom has ever went through pregnancy without being hot and cold, emotional. And that's also going to affect the baby. We're not saying that it makes our mom a bad person. We're just identifying it and saying, hey, this is why we're not optimum. And that's what something that a lot of people can't separate is that when they say that, but what they're really doing and what they're really telling me when they can't separate it is that hit dogs holler. Hit dogs holler. So I'm saying something that they know is already true, and then it's going to come out later. They might not ever say it. And for people that might get to this level, I want to speak to you guys for a second. Let's say you guys are doing energy strengthening. And I would say if you are doing it and you go through monk mode where you're able to be consistent, and that's what monk mode is really about, creating a foundation of having a spiritual practice. But let's say you go through all of September, you stuck with it, you stuck with it, you stuck with it. I would say for those people, start working from inside of your circle, the people that are around you. And when you point out these things, when you are a living example of these things, when you fellowship and converse with women about these things and keep conversing with women at a minimum, you're going to see that later with the guy that was with these chicks. Hold on, let me play that again.
White girl.
You don't see the brother that was with the snow bunnies? No, I'm just joking with y'all. If y'all watching this, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. But you're gonna see that a lot of people, they have this in them. You're gonna see how I kept the conversing with the women short to a certain degree. I kept it light, point them in the right direction, go and sin no more, as our older brother would say. So monk mode is going to give you this foundation. It's going to give you a steady way of being able to see on a day-to-day basis. And then we're supposed to pray without ceasing. We're supposed to keep that up. So if you don't go on this journey, for those guys who, I don't care what position they in, they could be the alpha of the universe and the alpha of the cosmos. It doesn't matter. If they haven't addressed that, they are a limited version of themselves. I don't care what they can do. When we look at it and we slice it and dice it, and we're talking about energy and then also their life as a totality of things, I don't care what they've accomplished. If they haven't addressed that, they didn't live the best version of themselves that they could have possibly did. And they're definitely below someone that does. And that's just my 2 cents. But this was what we were doing in that interview with that brother, and then also with his friend. He was definitely a little saucy. He definitely had a 1, 2, 3 few drinks, but he was cool. He's having a good time. He definitely appreciated the comment when I said that I told my mom after I forgave her, and this is absolute truth. And I'm gonna try to have a conversation. I've been observing it with my mom, maybe creating a video where I could show we have like a dialogue where I would say, "Hey, mom, you remember the day when I came to your house and forgave you?" And just kind of playing that dialogue so that way I have that testimonial that people can go off of as well too. And also chopping it up with my pops. I've been observing both of those as well too. But yeah, it was definitely a great interview with that brother and his child. And I'm gonna play the second clip of that, just finishing up that interview. And shout out to him if you're here. All the glory to the Most High. It was definitely a pleasure talking to you and fellowshipping with you.
Chad, I wouldn't be here because of you. I didn't ask to come here. You the mama.
Yep.
So
now we gonna land a plane too, y'all. I also didn't let my dad off the hook because I had to forgive my dad too.
He a
for
part
not
of it too,
protecting
though.
me from my mom.
So
I
over
would
the 8 years.
Well, not even that. Before I was born.
I got you.
But he could have picked the best mom to put me in.
I got you.
That's how he could have protected me. He knew my mom was crazy.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
But sometimes men be men and thinking outside the box.
Never trust a big bucket smile.
You know still ain't got to be explained. But look good ain't always good.
You never trust a light brown
got
eyes.
me caught up, boy.
So this is what I'm doing nowadays. I'm 40 years old, just like you. I'm halfway to 80, so I'm going around now. It's been revealed to me. And I see I see that we're in this position now where we got to start speaking up
And
so
come together.
Absolutely. I would love to bring you on my channel to have a one-on-one. I can send you a
I
link.
just keep it around.
because
Speaking
this
from
has
my
been
experience. We ain't never met but I'm just speaking from my experience. And that's what got me to be greatness. You know what I mean?
And I'm gonna speak to the audience.
You greatness right now.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And audience, this is exactly what I said the game needed. We needed more guys like him that are in my age bracket, where we knew before the internet, and we know after the internet, and we know what was real and what's not real. Guys out there, I encourage you guys to speak up, so that way the young guys out here, 20 plus, know what the real is and what the fake is, and they can separate it from us. And it's gonna start with guys like me and him. So I'm honored to call you my brother.
Man, you too, my brother, and I appreciate it. And that's what the game is all about.
All the glory to the Most High.
We ain't had it once upon a time.
Absolutely. So you go to your mom and forgive her for what she's done to you?
I done been undone it. That's why I done moved on.
What about your pops?
I ain't never known him, but I don't knock him.
And I do got a solution to that too. For people that's parents that's expired, forgive them in your heart. And the best way you forgive them in your heart is by getting to know yourself.
That's what I was about to say. And not to cut you off, the main thing about that is, with the positive, I'm gonna end it with this. Without our parents, we wouldn't be here. Yep. So regardless of what your parents do, they grown, let them do, but you also gotta live your life. You know what I mean? It's about your family that you build, not the family that you come from.
Boom! It's been a true inspiration to talk to these guys, man. I don't want to hold y'all.
Hey, that's big facts. That's big facts. Shout out to him.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it, man. And what's so crazy, it's been a rough. I needed that off my chest.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm telling him.
Hey, a fellowship is just two or more. Find a man.
Hey, that's awesome, man. Hey, shout out to him, man.
Ever, never fellowship with a woman. Find a man underneath a bridge, fellowship with him. Don't fellowship with a woman because all she's gonna do is judge you
and bring you down.
Absolutely.
Because
she's gonna bring it up later.
Absolutely. And then you gonna fall emotional.
Yeah.
Then it's over. Once a man fall emotional, it's over.
But check out the channel, Sky Daddy 44s. Like, share, subscribe, but most importantly, share. We got to build this, man. I'm starting a silent revolution, which means that we're going to try to grow from within. The creator's within us and above us. All the glory to the Most High.
Exactly. Amen to that. You thought it was a coincidence ran into us?
Yeah.
That's God. Ain't no coincidence.
When y'all bent the corner, I said, I got to talk to them.
We just had this talk within us.
We wasn't ready to go. Yep.
That made me feel good. I appreciate y'all.
Can I dab you up too, little man? Can I dab you up too? You got your football gear on?
Hey, tell me what your name is.
Check out my nephew. He played for UC.
Tell him what your name is.
All right. Enough of that powwow. I hope I get the invitation to the cookout, big dog. It was a pleasure talking to you, man. It was definitely a pleasure talking to you, man. You killed him with that one bar too, man. I got to repeat that. And he said that it's not the family that it's the family that you built. It's not the family that you come from. Woo-wee. Because I always say that your real family is a husband, a wife, and children. That's a family. Everybody else is relatives. So your sister, your mama, and that's where a lot of moms mess up as well too. And again, it's not a pity party to beat up on moms. It's just something to identify. We don't talk about it in our society today. And that's what just women in general. And a lot of people are leading women astray because now they see sugar as love. And what I mean by sugar is that you tell them something nice, you do what they want, you treat them, blah, 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 blah. But what do they really need? And we know that we really need salad. We know that we need some salmon. We know that we need some fruits. And this is stuff might not be so sweet all the time. It might not be something that you might want to go for every single day. But we know it's something that we need. And that's real love and that's real truth. But a lot of people are not doing that, especially with mothers. Especially with mothers. They're on this pedestal no matter what they do. And a lot of times they're the reason, you know, and I still blame men, but they're the culprits. They're the reason that a lot of things get off track because they're controlling, they're manipulating. But if men were strong and boys were boys and men were men, you wouldn't fall for it. You wouldn't deal with them. You'd rather die on your sword than deal with something like that. But shout out to that brother. Definitely want to give you one of these for the road, man. And if you ever want to come up and do a one-on-one interview, I see that would be a really dope thing where we could talk about various different topics. Again, we're around the same age bracket, so I would love to fellowship with you. Sorry, I can't remember your name, but I'm talking to the brother's brother with his son. I would love to have a one-on-one with you so that way some of the younger guys can see a real conversation. Even if we agree to disagree, it's opening up that dialogue and talking about the real issues because there's a lot of people that are hurting out here. I don't mean economically. I don't mean physically. A lot of people are hurting within their energy, especially in this day and age. And that's another thing that's provoked me or promoted me to go in this direction to have this type of podcast so we could talk about the real. And then as far as the production, as far as my delivery, all that's going to get better. But the substance of the conversation, the substance of my channel is why a lot of people are going to be here. And for those 3 interviews, I would say 99.999999999, but not all people, they hate their mothers. They judge their mothers. And it starts in the womb. There's nothing that you can do about it. But that was some clips from my street interviews on Saturday. I definitely have some more, and they are of this variety. Shout out to this brother again. I'm going to keep playing this clip because it's hilarious.
White girl, Susie Janet, going through my mind. Sarah Jackson and Julie too. White girl.
All right, I'm going to play those clips in just a second. I know you guys are salivating. If you're Coach Tribe, shout out to you. Salute to the Coach Tribe. Salute to the coach. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you probably don't need to know. But shout out to the Coach Tribe. I'll definitely be in Eminem with you boys later. But yeah, if you guys are out here starving, I wish I had that Denzel Washington starving. We definitely have some Americans, females with peach skin later in the show. I have some clips. I had an amazing interview with them. Definitely got some good laughs. They had a brother's brother with them as well, too, living his best life. And we chopped it up a little bit by how any man that has anger is acting just like his mother. He's acting just like his mother. But again, let me move this microphone out the way for just a second. I want to talk to the masculine males once again. Who does it start with? Who does it start with in this world? It starts with masculine men. And masculine men are led by what? What are they led by? Is it money? Is it power? Is it how many women they can get? Is it how much they can dominate people? Or is it their energy, their time on this planet? Which one would be first? I mean, it's obvious. It's a rhetorical question. It's going to be their time on this planet. It's going to be their level of production, what their energy was, how much right and how much production they can do. That meets at a top at an apex, and that lets you know where you stand. And for a lot of these guys, they're not driven by that anymore because they're not making the real God their God. And I challenge these guys. I absolutely challenge them. Pass this around. Pass this to Andrew Tate. Pass this to Andrew Fake. I don't care. Like, they're not going, if they do this, they will never be the same. And what this is that, and I don't care if they continue to smoke cigars and drink wine and say a bunch of crazy stuff. None of that stuff. I mean, you want to refrain from that stuff in monk mode as well, too. But the basis of my monk mode, Sky Daddy 4/4s, the basis of my monk mode is that we stick with the energy strengthening day in and day out. That's the point that I want to drive home, that we do it first thing in the morning. We do it last thing at night. And if you can only do it for 2, 3, 1 minute, that's what you got. But the consistency, the foundation is most important. Now, if you want to become optimum, just because of solar cycles and stuff like that, that's a deep conversation for another time. If you want to become optimal, 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, 30 days straight, You'll never have anger again. You'll start to go in the optimum direction. Of course, you want to refrain from other things like smoking, drinking, making booty your God. You want to refrain from those things. But ultimately, what we're doing in the month of September, and I'm going to refrain from those things in the background, is that we're going to be consistent with our energy strengthening. I'm going to document mine's live. I'm going to document it live. That's going to be me carrying my cross for people to see, leaving my carbon footprint. And I would recommend you guys doing the same thing. It's time for us to overcome. It's time, like, how much worse do things have to get? Everybody can sense it. That it is not good times. A lot of people are faking it. Our economy is a piece of crap. You know, relationships are a piece of crap. The state of children, the state of men are a piece of crap. When is enough become enough? My father used to always say, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're going to do something about it. What I'm doing is I'm delivering the message. I know that I'm ahead of my time. I know the stuff that I'm saying that a lot of people can't comprehend, that they can't, you know, they like, where he coming from with this? But I just want to put it out there so that way we know there's a way. And I'm going to do everything that I can to push the message because I see that this is the right thing to do. I truly see that a lot of people can't get out of their hell, that they don't know which way to go, that they're lost, that they have the spirit and the energy of their mothers and of a woman. I can truly see that. And I'm primarily talking to men because we're supposed to lead and guide the way. We're supposed to show and prove. But a lot of men are not doing that. And this is why a lot of us are lost. Children, women, there's an order to things. It goes to creator, our energy strengthening, men, women, children. That order is completely broken because men are not putting the real God first along with nothing else. Everything else is here. Everything this and this and this. And it starts with our energy. So we're going to improve our energy in the month of September, and then we're going to go from there. Now, what you do in the background, if you refrain from other things like cussing, smoking, drinking, sexing, whatever you got going on, if you refrain from that, that's great. But the basis of this is sticking with the energy strengthening for every single day, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, and give what you can. If it's 3 minutes, give 3 minutes. If it's 4 minutes, pledge 4 minutes. That's something that's a real collection plate. That's a real collection plate. Hold on, I'm cooking right now. Yeah, that's a real collection plate. Give God what is God's, but give Caesar what is Caesar's. So whatever time you can give to the creator, just observe. That's giving your time to the creator. That's connecting with the creator. That's slowing down so that way the creator can connect with you. So that way you guys can become one. When I started slowing down, and I explained this to somebody off camera, I almost saw like my energy was connecting with the creator. Like the vibration started to get to a certain point, and then it kind of combined as I was doing the energy strengthening. I could truly see that as I was observing. And then all the glory to the Most High that works within me and above me. So once you start doing energy strengthening, and again, the thoughts will get extremely loud because the thoughts, this is how they survive. This is how they continue to manipulate and move you. You get a thought, you act on it. You get a thought, you act on it. You get a thought, you act on it. And you've done that so much that you can't see that it's not real. So then once you slow down and you can see, oh, that thought's not true. That thought's not true. And you can truly observe that in real time. You're going to start to separate from it. It sounds like a scary thing. It sounds like a really scary thing. You're going to start to separate from it, and it's going to provide you with a lot of clarity as far as what you're doing. And you will absolutely start to make better decisions. All this depression, homophobic Islam, deadbeat deadism, depression, ADHD, all that stuff's going to go away. All that anger is going to go away. And then also going to your mom, doing that spiritual ritual where you reverse the tide, you clean out your cup, and you don't judge her anymore and look in her eyes and saying, I forgive you. Also forgiving your father for not protecting you from their mom. But that's down the road. It's going to start with monk mode and energy strengthening first thing in the morning. So tomorrow morning, you're going to see me go live at 9 o'clock for 15 minutes. I'm going to do the energy strengthening live. And then for 15 minutes at night, 9 o'clock, same thing all over again. 30 up, 30 down. Who's coming with me? All right. But I know what you guys been waiting on. And we're going to do some solution o'clock. We're going to do some energy strengthening here. Pretty much this whole show is solution o'clock. But let's get to what we came here for. Hold on one more time before I start playing the clips.
White girl, Susie Jennings, going through my mind. Sarah Jess and Julie too.
I know what you monkeys are here for. I know what you guys want to see. All right, let me roll that first clip.
Okay, I appreciate your time, man. What's your name? My name is Charles, but the channel is called Sky Daddy 44. 44 is representing 490-degree angles, which is a perfect circle. So I'm Sky Daddy's son, and so are you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I like you, man. Where you guys going?
And all my clips are less than 5 minutes.
You're just the people I'm looking for. I want to talk to young people. Okay. So
You'll hear me talking in the background.
Shout out.
And tell them shout out Spazzo, man. Shorty Bangs.
You guys give a shout out to your Instagram and stuff like that. We're live right now, so I normally get a
Shout
couple.
out.
So my topic today, and I love to talk to younger people because, you know, you guys have an opportunity. A lot of people that are my age, halfway to 80, are kind of stuck in their ways. And my topic today is that any man that has anger is acting just like his mother.
I mean, I guess in a way, you know, it's just like it kind of comes out in that way.
Okay.
But like, I don't really know how to explain it.
You notice like how our moms are like bitchy, they're controlling, they try to impose their will. You know what I'm talking about. They try to impose their will on us.
Maybe your mom.
No, that's all moms.
They know what I'm talking about.
Just give it a little bit more time. She's going to blow your phone up, try to figure out where you at. And you know us as men, we're supposed to be solution-oriented. We're supposed to be logical. So that way we can lead women and show them the way. So when we're like that, we're acting just like a woman, right?
I guess, in a way, in a sense.
Let me ask you this. Can you, well, let me, yeah, you see, it's the mail message. Because I'm just here to deliver the message. Just here to deliver. Yeah. All right. So, can you trust? And this question, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to be late. So, can you trust any man with anger? And this is for the ladies.
I think you can. I think like some anger.
Anger
Want
is
to hear
sexual.
something though? So not a lot. I think some anger is okay.
Okay. Can you? And I do lots of these interviews. My audience is going to know exactly where I'm going with this. Can you? And if you can do this, I swear I'll go to get some money. I'll come back and give you $20. Can you give me an example where you can trust someone with anger?
With anger, man or woman?
Anyone.
Oh, anyone with anger.
And the definition of anger means out of control.
Out of control?
Yep.
Probably not.
Okay.
Like,
I'm never gonna get us $20 away. I've been holding on to $20 for like 3 months.
I could use $20. What do you think?
Give me an example of where you can trust someone with anger. Any scenario. Driving a car, making a pizza.
What if they're just having a bad day?
Can you still trust them?
I mean,
Never trust anyone with
Can you
anger.
trust an angry
Ever.
person making your pizza?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sure.
So you would trust an angry Uber driver taking you to the airport?
Probably.
Sketchy, right? I wouldn't even trust him to cut my grass.
I would. I don't care about my grass. Yeah, that's your answer.
He's gonna cut half of that grass. He's gonna dip and drink a beer.
I trust you.
Really? So you guys don't have any example where you can trust anyone with anger?
Cut my grass.
Really? I wouldn't trust that. So what I do is I try to bring an awareness to it that we're supposed to overcome our anger and we're supposed to be the best version of ourselves. And what was revealed to me, I do something that people would call meditation, but I call it like energy strengthening. First thing in the morning, I turn my hands over. I watch my thoughts like I'm watching a movie. Last thing at night, I turn my hands over. I watch my thoughts like I'm watching a movie. And I'm going to give you guys some wisdom right now. Thoughts are going to show you 3 things. Your thoughts, they're going to show you the past, the future, and imagination. You've never had anything such as a true thought. Because it has to exist in the present moment. So what was revealed to me is yeah, we get lots of thoughts, and I still get them, but I mean,
think about how, like, if you're at the aquarium, the fish are looking at you.
yeah, absolutely. I think you're a little Bob Marley right now, like my DJ cameraman, but I digress. So what I try to do is I try to bring a certain awareness to it, especially for younger people, because I lived most of my life with this anger. I didn't have this revelation until I was about 33 years old. And what was revealed to me is that I had a lot of hatred to my mom. So I went to my mom, I forgave her for what she did to me. In that moment, my anger went away. And then I also forgave my dad for not protecting me from my mom. And ever since then, I've been the best version of myself. Wouldn't you agree with that?
See, my mom was always angry, but my dad wasn't there. So, you know, I didn't have no dad to go get mad at for not protecting me.
And real quick, I got to say something to the audience. His dad didn't leave him. He left his mother. But I digress.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Your dad didn't leave you, big dog. He left your mom. Because at one point they were in love, and then your mom reminded him of his mom, and he had to get the hell out of there.
Nah, I think he just liked a little something more than people, you know.
Yeah. Well, at some point they were getting along and making you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but yeah, but my mom, she was always working, so
she
had a lot of anger, so it got built up, I'm sure.
Okay, cool.
She go there.
Okay, cool. What do you got for me?
What about people that like their moms?
What about people that like their mom?
I love my mom.
99.99999999999% hate their mothers.
I like my mom. That's all. I'm also my best friend. Shout out Marla Conrad. Shout out.
Hold on, I gotta play this.
White girl, Susie Cannon, going through my mind. Sarah Jess and Julie too. White girl.
All right, they were cool. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. But it's the same common trope that I love my mom. My mom was perfect. My mom never did anything to me. Blah, 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 blah. My mom's my best friend, blah, blah, until she's not your best friend. And really, it's a trap. A lot of mothers know what they're doing. Women are super supremely insecure. They're super supremely insecure. And what they do is they create codependency. They have codependency of their children. So they're very codependent. It's very covert, or is that overt? I don't know. Whichever one was hidden. And they pretend like they're the best friend. They pretend like they're a confidant because they're really insecure and they don't want to let the children go. They don't want the children to see them for who they truly are. So they're going to play best friend. They're going to play confidant. They're going to play enemy. They're going to play whatever it takes and a lot of times they know you better than you know yourself. And they need that codependency dopamine hit on a day-to-day basis in order to so-called quell their insecurity. That's all it is. They're codependent on their children. And you see this in every form, every so-called race of woman. It's just a color. To me, those are Americans with peach skin. But you see this in every shade of them, that they have this codependency of their children. So they're going to play best friend. They're going to play confidant. It's going to manifest in a lot of different dictator. It's going to manifest in a lot of different ways because they got to constantly get that. They don't have to do it. They're supposed to follow a man and inherit to the man's rule. But a lot of you guys are weak. So I see a double-edged sword there. But they're supposed to move in that regard. But what they do instead is that they use their children. They use pets. They'll use men if they allow them to get this insecurity dopamine hit on a day-to-day basis. So a lot of people, when I hear that, I know that's not true because ultimately I've already proved that in 8 to 10 months, when you're in your mother's womb, your energy's perfect. In those 8 to 10 months, your mother's not. So that absolutely had an effect on you. Absolutely within your energy you judge. And that's why if you're a man and you have anger, you have the spirit of your mother. You have the spirit of your mother. But let's keep moving and grooving. I'm looking up. I'm almost at the hour mark. I definitely wanted to keep this at an hour or less and, get into it and get set up and ready to go for tomorrow. But let me play the second clip. And I think there's one more super short one of that. Again, all my clips are less than 5 minutes, typically around 3 minutes. And it's just going to play all the way through, but you'll hear me talking in the background. And most importantly, guys, this is being the church. I don't want to sit up on some soapbox and pretend like I know everything and that I'm right about everything. I would love to fellowship with you guys, to engage and interact with you guys as long as we're keeping it at a respectable level. So get in the comments. Ask anything that you want. I might not have the answers, but we can definitely talk about it. But here's the second clip of those American females with peach skin. Check this out. What about people that like their mom?
I love my mom.
99.99999999999% hate their mothers.
I like my mom. That's all. I'm also my best friend. Shout out Marla Conrad. Shout out Rebecca.
So you could go to your mom, look her in the eyes, and forgive her for what she's done to you?
She's never done anything bad.
So she's never made you upset?
She made me upset, but I do forgive her because I think emotions are valid. And I think her emotions about how I'm feeling, how she's feeling, how I'm feeling, so valid.
So you went to your mom, you looked her in the eyes and said, hey, Mom, I hated you. You were being bitchy. You didn't give me that shirt I wanted. You kept coming in my room too much.
I have never hated my mom.
Yeah.
I think it's about breaking generational stuff because I think my mom made me frustrated. She recognized that she was like doing the things that her mom did to her that she didn't like, and when she recognized that, we kind of built a stronger relationship. And I think
she definitely hates her mom. I can see it in her energy audience that she's going to be the one out of the group that's going to go to her mom and actually overcome. She's going to be the one to tell her mom exactly what's going on.
I got nothing to overcome though. That's the thing.
I feel like she might do it. Like me and my mom already overcame some stuff.
So would you say you're closer to your mom or your dad?
I really like my dad though. I just love my parents. I got so blessed with them.
Okay, so would you say you're closer to your mom or your dad? Notice how the brother is paying attention. He like, let me see what's, put me up on game. So are you closer to your mom or your dad?
I'm a big fan of both, but I'd probably say I'm closer to my mom right now.
I would strongly believe that. Would you say you're closer to your mom or your dad?
Closer to my mom.
Sure. Okay, and can you trust your mother when she's angry?
I trust my mom in any aspect.
Really?
In any situation, my mom's my go-to.
I'm so sad to hear that. Because
You've never met my mom. You would love my mom.
Because I know this. And drop it, hit the fire for a second. Let me know what that's about.
She's wild, boy. That's a wild one.
I don't know how bad later. Anyway, you sure? Try it one more time.
My bad for the quick technical difficulties. We worked through this real quick. We're getting better.
This is my aha moment, and I'm gonna let you guys get on your ass.
All babies have perfect energy.
Yep. All babies have perfect energy, which means that they don't have hatred. They don't have hatred in their heart. They don't judge people. They're like almost like a dog, where they don't hate anyone.
Well, yeah, because they've never been exposed to society. They got good energy. I'd say babies. Yeah.
Okay. So all babies have perfect energy. We would all agree on that. Right? We never met a baby that's a hater or that's evil or anything like that, right?
But what would you say about people that were once babies? Would you say they were evil at that moment, or would you say that they become evil?
I say they become evil.
You become evil.
Absolutely.
Okay, absolutely.
Absolutely. So how do they become evil? By seeing other evil.
That's right.
What if I told you that it starts in the womb, the 8 to 10 months that we're being developed?
I believe him.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I believe him.
Wow.
Just because,
You're one of the first people I actually agree with that.
Or like,
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Evil's far, but I think people can be judges throughout the womb for sure.
Okay.
Like they can just have their opinions, just like it comes from the world, but like it also starts in the thoughts, just like what they say.
Well, I say it starts in the womb because babies have perfect energy. Our mothers are not perfect. They have emotions. They eat certain food. They're getting controlling. They're arguing with your dad, and then you're experiencing all that through the umbilical cord and what your mom's experiencing. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know if emotions travel through the umbilical cord like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. So you think if your mom's getting upset, she's frustrated, you think the baby feels that in the womb?
It might feel like just like the frustration, like in the movement of the time, the emotions.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Wow. That's interesting. So you don't think that the baby can feel when the mom's angry from the womb? Wow. So you guys don't see that either? So if the mom's driving and she's like getting frustrated and stuff like that, you don't think the baby's internalizing any of that?
I don't think the baby's emotions in the car.
Yeah, I mean, the baby might not know it, but it's also experiencing that through vibrations and energy, right? I mean, they're literally connected by the umbilical cord. It's like everything she eats, they eat. Right, I mean, but this is also physical as well, too. I mean, they're literally in spin cycles out of the mom's stomach. So if she's jumping up and down, the baby's jumping up and down, right? Crazy work, right? Yeah. Don't you guys disagree with that?
Disagree with that? You think anger from the mom manifests in anger in the baby?
Yep, and I see that that's why we all have anger. And that's why 99.99% of people have hatred of their mothers, because this is
I
one.
don't think that's a real statistic.
And according to Sky Daddy 4444, it is.
Oh yeah, the guy dressed as a man on the bridge. Yeah.
On the purple bridge, too. But I see that it starts there, and it's very subtle, and we don't notice it, and then wrong becomes right, and right becomes wrong. So all right.
I love the best.
Hey, look me up, subscribe, roast me in the comments, tell a friend, do all that good stuff.
I'll subscribe
I
right now.
appreciate it, big time. And I do free consultations. So, hey, Blondie, when you hate your mom and you're having a bad day, look for Sky Daddy 44s, and I'll help you out. All right?
I need that $20.
All right, yeah, I'll get you the $20 too. All right, guys, I am tired. We had enough interviews. The sun's going down. They wore me out in the last interview. I got nothing left. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back next Saturday. I got to get something to eat. My DJ's cameraman, his feet hurt. But if I stay any longer, I have to charge you. Peace. All right. I love the best. Hey, look.
All right, that's Amore. I mean, awesome interviews that I had this weekend. Nice chopping it up with them. Hold on, I got to give y'all one more for the road.
White girl, Susie Cannon, going through my mind. Sarah Jackson and Julie too. White girl, Judy Bass and Sharon. Through my mind.
that was that brother on the bridge that made that song. Shout out to him as well too. Definitely enjoyed everyone's time. Definitely enjoyed conversing with those young ladies. Also, definitely enjoy conversing with that young man. And my recommendation, and we're not quite at solution o'clock, so I'm just going to say that for a hot second. But just want to talk one more time to the masculine males out there and anyone that's watching this. Actually, for the people that are watching this, you know, if you see value in this message, we got an obligated duty to spread the word, to go and disseminate. So I would appreciate if you guys would do that and show the videos to those people. But let me give you guys this for being here. I truly appreciate you guys for watching. And we are at that point because I see we're past an hour. And there's definitely some things I need to get into. But we are at solution o'clock. All right, if you're new to the show, Solution O'Clock is where I go back on my street interviews or maybe some clips that I had, and I give my recommendation as far as what would be optimum for the situation in order to make it go in a better direction. And just talking to the first brothers, I truly appreciate their time once again. For the most part, we were locked in step as far as how we saw certain situations. Again, I love that brother's line as far as it's not the family that you were raised in, it's the family that you're built. I mean, that is absolute truth and absolute fire. So I definitely appreciate that bar. But for that brother, I would really, truly recommend getting to know yourself. Getting to know yourself, forgiving your father in your heart if you're not able to locate him, you know, wherever he's at, because you mentioned that you didn't know where your dad was at, to try to forgive him or get his version of the story of what happened. And I'm sure his version of the story compared to what you were probably told, I am positive that they don't line up. So I would definitely recommend to that first brother who I had the amazing fellowship with, I would say try to find your father. If you're not able to locate him, really, truly get to know yourself. Pay attention to the things that you're doing. Also, you have a son. Try to pay attention to your connection with him as well, too. Stick with the energy strengthening day and night, and you will absolutely do amazing things in life. Absolutely do amazing things in life. And I just want to say one more time, I just really appreciate your time. Let me give you more Americans with peach skin clapping. And I can tell that you're, looked at amongst your group. Be a living example for your group. Carry your cross. Do the energy strengthening. So for the brother that I talked to, who was my first interview of the day, I would highly recommend you doing the energy strengthening on a day-to-day basis, so that way your foundation is strong. You mentioned that you pray. You're very, very close. And let me hit you with this J. Cole bar, because you hit me with a bar. The good news, homie, is that you went a long way. The bad news, homie, is that you went the wrong way. Instead of praying, turn those hands over. We got 2 ears for a reason. Observe. Take in what the Most High is giving out. And then you're going to be absolutely the best version of yourself. And it's not going to be easy, because that ego pain, that ego dying, when you start doing the energy strengthening, in the beginning, for a lot of people that I fellowship with, it's rough. Even for myself, it was very rough to not believe in thoughts anymore, to be able to just watch the thoughts like I'm watching a movie and be consistent with that, to separate from that. It's not going to be as easy as you think. But if you stick with it, you'll be the best version of yourself for sure. And your son will have exactly what he needs, which is a living example. And also take your boy on the way with you. I mean, you'll be able to see that, hey, either you grow together or you grow apart, but he has to carry his own cross as well too. So that's my solution to the first brother that I spoke to. Now on to the American females with peach skin and the one brother. What I would recommend to all those is just start with a little bit of energy strengthening. Let me just try this here and there. Also, just observe what I'm saying. Go back, maybe observe the conversation. Can I see that it's possible that I have hatred of my mother? Can I see that it's possible for the brother that I could be acting just like a woman when I'm getting angry, and truly turn that corner? And what I would recommend to them, just keep living. Just keep living. I've done my part as far as delivering the message and putting it out there for that brother and then those American, and let me say the American man with brown skin, for him, just keep living, just keep observing. And I would highly recommend you guys doing some energy strengthening. This 3 minutes in the morning, 3 minutes at night, so that way it's clear to you. I would really recommend that. But in the meanwhile, just get to know yourself more. Know thyself, and you'll be able to see, keep living, and you'll see that a lot of stuff that I'm saying is going to start making a lot more sense. And continue to watch the channel. You guys are really a big part of what I'm here for. Fellowship with me. Other guys that are my age, point them in the right direction, lead the way. But for those younger ladies, those younger American women with peach skin, and that younger American male with lighter tan brown skin, do energy strengthening, incorporate that into your life, pay attention to yourself, but most importantly, stay away from your mothers. Go live your lives. Go live your lives, stay away from your moms, and just continue to work in that direction, and those guys will absolutely be fine. But we got a decent amount of people here, so let me throw this up here, and again, let me put this banner up here. Welcome, welcome. Get in the comments and get active. I appreciate you guys for being here. And I am towards the tail end of my show, but this is being the church. We are being the church right now. And I have topics. I've already played my clip, so we're past that point. But you can get in the comments and you can ask whatever you want. I'm going to give you guys some time to do that. So even if it's weight loss, a better diet, I'll give you my input. And I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. I don't have any type of degrees on that, but we can all fellowship about it, which is to correct and edify one another. So if you got anything even if you just want to get something off your chest, because you never know what other people are going through. You get it off your chest, that conversation brings clarity to that person who's listening or to that person who's watching. It can go a long way. And we're not talking about the real topic. So I wanted to grab the bull by the horns and try to move this in the right direction. So if you got anything that you want to get off your chest, for my females, anything that you want to converse about, for my gentlemen, anything that you want to fellowship about, now's the time. Write it in the comments. I'm going to bring it up on stage so that way we can all talk about it. And I'll give it a little bit more time. So it could take some time for people to write whatever they want to write. And then stay for the best part, which is our customary 3 minutes of energy strengthening. But we're going to turn up the heat starting first thing in the morning. 15 minutes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. I guess nobody has anything that they want to say, and that is cool. One more time for my masculine men, step up. Once this goes down, I want people to clip this. I want me to be on record saying this. So for my masculine men out there, for my so-called alphas out there, for my so-called big dogs, rulers of the world, carry your cross. Outdo me. Go on this journey with me. First thing in the morning, last thing at night. I guarantee you, you'll never be the same. You'll never be the same. So I'm challenging those guys. And I'm going to continue to challenge those guys. Go on this journey. Make your energy strong. And then ultimately, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? So you do the energy strengthening first thing in the morning, last thing at night, and your energy gets stronger. Isn't that a win? And let's just say it brought a little peace to your life. Isn't that a win? So for those so-called masculine males out there with the answers, and they know women, and they're getting money, and they're strong, let's see if you can do this. I guarantee you don't. So when you continue to act like your mama without a wig on, and you continue to go in that direction with anger, and you're all over the place, and you don't know if you're coming or going, Scott Daddy Fofos told you why you're going through that. That's exactly why you're going through that, because you did nothing about your energy. So it doesn't matter what you got in life. It doesn't matter about the stuff you have. It's who you are. And you haven't done the necessary works in order to improve yourself to be the best version of yourself. But all right, I talked enough. It's time to get down to the get down.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. And we are going to do 3 minutes of energy strengthening, and we're going to get out of here. All right. And when I do it, I'm going to do it from a different camera angle. So when I'm here first thing in the morning, and I start live streaming my energy strengthening. There's a little couch behind me. That's where I'm going to do it at. And I'm going to do it there at 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock a.m., 9 o'clock p.m. If you got your notifications on, if you don't have them on, turn them on because I want you guys to see this. And then also in the background, I'm going to refrain from chocolate cake. I'm going to refrain from wine. I'm going to refrain from cussing and cutting people off in traffic. I am going to try to be aware, not necessarily refrain because of ourselves we know nothing and of ourselves we can do nothing. But I'm going to be extremely aware of these. But most importantly, you guys are going to be able to see me doing the energy strengthening for 15 minutes at 9 o'clock in the morning and 15 minutes for 9 o'clock at night and just taking it to another level. And then if you're doing 3 or 5 or whatever, just be consistent with it. Just be consistent with it. And then also, again, this is how it's done. And let me get this banner off the screen so that way you can see. Turn your hands over, just like that. You place them on your thighs. Try to sit with your spine as straight as possible. Tilt your head slightly. That way you feel a natural focus in between your eyebrows. Keep your feet on the ground and just breathe. Now, if you need a pillow behind your back to kind of move you forward, that's cool. I use a pillow a lot of times as well too. That's absolutely fine. But most importantly, whatever happens, and we'll talk about a little bit. I'll do a little dialogue between every energy strengthening, and I'll date them. And then also with this clock, let me point to the clock again. Right there is going to be able to show that I'm doing this in real time. So if you have any questions in between, like what does it mean if my foot's twitching? What does it mean if I hear noises? What does it mean if something's blowing in the wind? All that is normal. Just stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Set your timer and just continue to just watch and stay in it as long as you can. Be strong. You know, the creator's within you and above you. All right. So again, turn our hands over. This is how it's done. The energy strengthening. Place it on your thighs. Tilt your head slightly. Feel a natural focus in between your eyebrows and just breathe. And I'm going to do a demonstration right now. All right. And for people that do watch or people that do it with me, the energy strengthening, you're going to say that was longer than 3 minutes. Yeah, typically it's 4 because I try to talk a little bit and then go into it. So again, we're turning our hands over, tilt your head, natural focus, feet on the ground, and just breathe. Let's get it.
Woo. How can you not see that that brings peace? That it slows you down. Slows you down. Your energy's getting stronger. And there's all types of thoughts that are going past. The thoughts, not my thoughts. You don't want to identify with it. So it brings peace. That's the secret ingredient of the energy strengthening, is that it has peace on the inside. And as you continue to do it more and more and more, the more and more peace that you're going to have within your heart. And you guys are going to be able to see me do this live on camera in real time. And I would recommend you guys documenting your journey as well too. Carry your cross. Find that peace in your heart. Be able to slow down so that way you can see. This is the biggest problem that's going on in our world nowadays, is that a lot of people are believing in their thoughts and they're reacting and operating off their thoughts, which are not true. They're living a lie. They're not the real version of themselves because they're not taking that step in order to slow down and actually see what's going on. And that's what I'm just here to deliver that message. But if I stay any longer, I have to charge you. It's been a damn good show. And I appreciate everyone for watching. Shout out to you guys. One more Americans with peach skin clapping for the road. I'll see you guys in the morning. We're going to start monk mode first thing in the morning. This was excellent. But other than that, if I stay any longer, I have to charge you. Peace.